No one here has iPhones except for you.
I'm outnumbered. Yeah, this is a very immigrant vibe here.
This is, and racist. All right, patreon.com/Pantelis. I'm going to be performing comedy in a city near you. Check out the links in the description. What are you doing? He's getting up. This guy's a fucking dork. Josh warns me every time I have you on the podcast that you're going to do this, and you always end up proving me wrong.
I didn't say anything.
Put your headphones on.
I just got up.
The show started.
I went over to your cousin. I said, "Hey, old man, put your baby girl.
This is my nephew.
Yeah, sorry. Put your number in my phone, baby girl."
I can tell your dad didn't beat you as a child. Just now, holy fucking shit. Oh God.
Georgia Silly's here, wanting you to get beat up.
What would that have done?
Fucking food review. You fucking cannoli with your tiny dick. Ow!
Now you set him off. Now he's angry.
George, I got business to plug.
I heard.
You're gonna plug the cannoli with your dick.
I heard that you murdered in Toronto.
I did well. I did well. I mean, it was a guest spot. So it wasn't long.
I'm not guessing. I'm not asking how long the spot was. I'm just saying that you did well.
It was good. Yeah.
I'm trying to compliment you while you blocking me.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't know.
He's like, no. I'm a piece of shit. Don't come watch me.
Oh, I just did 5 minutes over here.
Oh, it was good. I had fun. They're good. They're good over there. Corner Comedy Club. Good boys. Guy who runs it is a WAP.
Nice.
Which is I was so happy when I found out. I was so happy.
I'm in town 18-19. I'm gonna see if they have spots.
James.
Go James. R. James.
Yeah. He gave me a nudge. I did their open mic and they liked me and said I could go back. So I did. I took an overnight bus. I took a train there and I took an overnight bus back. I was in Toronto for 2 hours. They were losing their mind, but fucking sweet. So what you got to do.
That's not what you got to do. That's just what you chose to do.
No, but
there are other things you could do.
Yeah, I see the writing on the wall. I don't do French comedy here. You got to start.
But why? You speak French and you're fucking funny in French.
I don't know if I am. I've never done it in French.
Why not?
I could try. I don't know.
But
I don't think I'm that great in English. I think
that we all agree on. We've all agreed on it, but I'm saying...
Well, you're being an asshole now. I think I can hold my own, but I think I have to improve.
I'm agreeing. Hold on a second. I disagree with you and I try to support you. You shut me down.
Yeah.
Then you talk shit about yourself. I agree with you. And then you get mad at me. What do you want? Why are you like this? We're not dating. Why are you trying to start fights? What are you doing?
Well, I don't... Yeah, I don't know. Just let me say.
Oh my God.
Let me say what I think. I don't need you to come at me and say yes. I agree with you.
So you don't want me to agree with you
regarding the negative stuff.
Okay.
Just accept that I've come to the conclusion on my own that I'm not good enough
George,
to feel I could rest on my laurels as an English comic, which is definitely fair.
What about as an Italian comic? Can you go up and talk about cannolis?
See, of course, I never will, because doing that is like. That's literally like going up to a baby and jingling keys and being like, "Ooh, you like it," and the baby's gonna laugh.
Those aren't babies. Those are 100 paying Italian audience members.
Yeah, come on.
Came to watch.
Look at this cannoli.
Honestly, Italian audiences. I've done a couple. They don't love me. I do okay, but I don't crush like, friends of ours who we know to do Italian comedy and stuff,
Friends of ours.
Yeah. Like Guido's very good at it because he's actually like
mentally ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
incredibly mentally ill.
I've seen Guido go up in an Italian room and crush with stuff that actually makes me laugh. He's not like saying, what my mom said this one time. Like it's he writes, he does his own stuff. There is an element to that, but he is using just classic techniques that he's very good at executing.
He had a mental breakdown on The Secret Show.
Yeah, he did. But we pushed him a little.
No. You weren't there. This last Secret Show.
Oh, this isn't the one that I was at weeks ago.
No, he had a mental breakdown then too, but he had another one last week.
Oh, so the one that I was at, where he stormed off in tears,
was actually better.
He was a beacon of sanity and hope in comparison to what transpired.
We're going to get to the bottom of it on the next episode of The Intellectuals. We're recording tonight because I needed to bring Josh in too, because he got into the whole thing with Josh. Because he showed up late. I told him not to bring a crackhead. He brought a crackhead with him. And then it was fine. I was going to bring him up later in the show. We were kind of catching up on Pecker being out of prison. We had a fun little crowd in front.
That was a good crowd.
It was a great crowd. They were loving it. Mongolians were there. It was a good time.
It was a great time.
Actual Mongolians.
Yeah, this Mongolian woman was there.
Woman was there.
Yeah, she was having a good time.
That must have set all of you guys off. You, Pecker, and George probably all
George
just couldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
No, I made a joke about her being Mongolian. It was very funny.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Good riff.
Just making Genghis Khan jokes.
Before he derails us as he's used to, I'm going to try to keep you up to speed with what happened. At one point,
holy shit,
Guido was disruptive. A guy was talking and he was already, and then Guido went to talk to that guy. So Josh only noticed Guido and he thought that Guido was making that guy talk. Even the guy was talking by himself. So Josh asked, he's like, Guido, fuck, man, we're doing a show. Because also I forgot to mention, the way Guido walked in is we're doing the show. The show's on. This is a stand-up comedy show, okay? He walks in and starts, hey, wow, I brought people, I brought fires. And he's talking to us on stage like, bro, we're in the middle of a fucking show. Could you imagine if you're doing stand-up at a theater and people are fucking talking to you? Like, it's just lunatic shit. So Josh and me got mad, so then he calmed down. Anyways, so he's building this energy of he doesn't like to be told you're doing something wrong. You know how Guido is?
Sure.
So that's building up.
I'm going to come to his defense really quickly here before we get into what happened
come to his
next.
defense. Go.
Yeah, just at the risk of, looking like an idiot here because I don't know what he did next. But up till now, not the worst. The Secret Show is in a small venue. It's an intimate crowd.
Not the worst. I didn't even think he was mad. That's what I'm telling you. I didn't know.
And him coming in saying, oh, what's up?
No, he didn't say, oh, what's up? There's a show. We're in mid-conversation. There's a story being told. Everyone's listening to the story. Everyone's invested. And then he walks in. He's yelling, I brought 4 pairs. He's sweet. It's like, dude, the show's already started. You can't walk into a movie theater and be like, hey, guys, I fucking hate when the movie's going on. Like, there's a decorum.
Right.
There's a decorum.
You're right about that.
Well, it would be worse to do it in a movie than to do it at the Secret Show. At least the Secret Show is an interactive thing in a small room.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, third floor is a bomb shelter. You could hear every. It's going to be an interactive.
I'm saying it's just a decorum issue. It's not the end of the world. Like me, I told him just stop, calm down, bro. I made a joke about it, and then we continued. It's not
okay.
Even when he spoke to the guy, I noticed, and I told Josh it's not actually Guido. It's the other guy's fault because he started.
Okay. Well, then what happened next?
I didn't know that set Guido off.
It's like Godfather.
You didn't know that
Scarface.
Guido getting told by Josh to keep quiet set him off?
Like, because he told me later. He sent me a text at 2 in.the morning that he got trashed.
You should have assumed that. Guido doesn't like
confrontation or whatever.
Being
yelled at.
Well, he wants to be liked.
Yes.
And so if someone says Guido fuck, he doesn't often
respond well.
As you might if you say, I don't know, played sports and coaches are yelling at you all the time. I go, yep.
Yeah,
I don't like. I'll never get mad at that. Sometimes I'll maybe internalize and get a little fucking pissed, but I won't yell back. Really, I won't get sad. I won't cry about it. I just got to go. All right, because I'm annoying by nature, right? So I go. Oh, no problem. I'll circle back. I'll buzz. Buzz in your left ear. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna hit you with a right.
So this happened. So because again you're gonna derail us, but this happened. I was unaware that Guido felt emotionally stunted by this,
which is what he does. Is my point.
Yeah.
In situations like that.
But you're in mid-show. I'm not thinking about that. So he's going. Then it's time for me to bring him up because that's why he came with his crackhead friend. He wanted his portion to explain himself, and he's not there. So like, oh, okay, he fucking left. God damn it, he left. Anyways, the show's over. Comes back in trashed. I'm like, Guido, you're still here? He's like, Jesus. God damn it. So I get my shit. I leave right away. I don't want to stay. It's not for me. I leave. I start getting phone calls from his brother.
Oh, wow. And we've spoken to him on a network show before. And
he got super pissed off. Unrelated. He's calling me at like almost 2 a.m. or 1 something, thinking that it's normal. Like he's allowed to just call me at 1 a.m. and I have to talk to him. Like there's no barrier. There's no thought of it's 1 a.m. Because he had a grievance. He didn't like that we talked about the dog story on the intellectuals. He was very mad at me. He said he lost respect for me. For me to go fuck myself, which I don't mind.
When I called
No. Last week. Last week they brought up an intellectuals. This is all intellectuals drama.
What's the dog story?
I'm not gonna go through it right now, bro. We're in the middle of another story.
Long story short, Guido's brother killed a dog.
Almost indirectly.
Kinda. He contributed to the death of a dog.
Yeah. So and then I got in shit for it, even though I was just trying to help. And then he got mad at me for getting it. Anyways, so he's doing that. Like, what the fuck's wrong with So so I block him. I go, you know what? I don't need to take this guy's phone calls. So I just block him. Like, I'm not dealing with this. Fuck that. Guido, fucking. I get a thing. They threw me out of the 3rd floor. Josh, whatever. I'm like, oh my God. They wouldn't even let me finish my drinks. I go, what the fuck's going on? So I call Josh. I go, what the fuck's going on, Josh? Why'd you throw Guido? He's like, I didn't throw Guido out. I go, what happened? Josh says, look, you left. Guido's crackhead friend went to the bathrooms. and he was taking a shit. And while he's taking a shit, he's screaming. He's like, oh! So then he's high or drunk or whatever. So Josh walks in the bathroom and he goes, bro, are you okay? And the guy's like, who is this? And Josh's like, bro, it's not a phone call. You're not on a phone call. You're taking a shit in a bar. This isn't what... And the guy's screaming, taking a shit. So Josh goes to Guido, goes, look, bro, people are like, you have to get this fucking guy out of here. I don't want trouble. Just get him out of here. And he pays. He's like, I'll give you $10 for what you pay for your drink, just to grab me and get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So the part that Guido didn't tell me is that apparently Guido chugs his beer and then spits it everywhere. And then Josh had to mop it up.
I was there. I witnessed this.
You witnessed this? Yeah, Guido omitted that from the message.
Was it an act of belligerent disrespect, or did he just choke on?
I have no idea. It looked like it was an act of belligerent disrespect from what I was told.
I don't know what it was. Okay.
But he did it.
There was a guy next to me at the bar, because Guido kept like talking to us, being Guido, and the guy next to me was just like, is this guy causing you problems? He's about to like fuck him up. And I'm like, nah, he's a friend. He's a friend.
Yeah, he's a friend. Just kid was hammered.
And then he just watches him like just spit out fucking beer like 20 minutes.
But that's the thing. So he forgot to mention that in the message. He just said like, Josh threw him out front. He's like, what did I do? Did I kill someone? What's the reason? He was acting like there was no reason.
A succulent Chinese beer? What is the reason?
So he didn't know what the reason was. Well, I guess he just omitted what the reason was. But now knowing the full story from everyone that was there, I get the story. His crackhead friend was shitting and screaming. He was spitting stuff. He was like, there was a lot of problems that night. Like that night was off the rails.
Shitting while screaming.
Kicking and Screaming was a good movie. Guido decided he's going to remake it, and it's going to be yeah.
So then I just started ignoring.
Instead of Italians playing soccer, it's Italians hanging out with crackheads, shitting and screaming.
Shitting and screaming. So I just started. I used to respond to him.
He sounds like the crackhead sounds like. Imagine the crackhead's played by Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Just in the toilet, go rah. Josh goes to the door. What's going on in there? What's wrong? I thought we were friends.
Yeah, no, but the best is
just
he's like
quote Kicking and Screaming, but as a shitting crackhead. It actually works.
Who is this? Like he's on a phone call. It's like you're not. I'm not on a phone. I'm not on the other line of a phone. You're on the toilet, bro. You're screaming in a bar.
What's wrong with you, Jack? I thought we were friends. My name is Josh.
So all that happened.
It's the line out of Kicking and Screaming. It works flawlessly.
So then I just started ignoring. I wasn't replying back to Guido. Like I didn't want to get, because there's no point in getting involved. It's all bullshit lies everywhere. So I just said, I'm going to stop responding to this, and then I'll just bring them on the next show, and they're recording tonight, and they can speak to each other, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Josh, Poseidon, Adam, and Guido are on the same episode.
Wow. The meeting of the minds.
Nah, if you want to call it.
Sounds like an ear rape.
That sounds like a
that sounds like you're going to get your ear raped.
It sounds like the Arab League is coming together to decide.
Yeah, the Patreon is going to be lit.
to decide what their plan of action is from the Middle East.
What time is this happening?
7 p.m. here tonight. You want to come?
Can I go?
Yeah, I'll throw you on too if you want. Fuck it. We'll just go ham.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, if you actually come, let me know, because I'm going to have to bring Mano with me, and we'll do it in the big studio in the middle, and we'll just put fucking 6 mics and just go ham.
It's just an episode of Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
It's literally, you're
They'll
literally...
never believe who's here. You're going, oh, this motherfucker threw me out for spitting on the floor! And they're just going to start fighting.
You're just going to be hosting
do this at the
a weird
Bordel.
version of The View.
Yeah.
No, legit. Do this at the Bordel with like a live crowd. It's
too late now.
Oh, fuck. Well, save it maybe later or something.
Dude, Adam on stage at Bordel would be crazy. He would actually crush, because people would just laugh at him giggling.
You know what I realized? Adam and Guido are both guilty of the same secret show thing. They forget that there's or they don't care that there's a show going on, and they talk to you as if you're at home. So Adam, same thing. There's a show going on. People are like, someone's doing a bit, and Adam's just like, all right, guys, so I've decided, a good show. He comes into Shippe's hand. I'm going to leave. Like, dude, what are you doing? It's the middle of a fucking show. Imagine them doing this in a theater, in a play.
Well, maybe that's how good your secret show is.
But thankfully it's not a theater. What do you think it is? It's a fucking secret show. It's chaotic, and you invite these people in.
I like what you're saying. It's chaotic, but this is what's going to stop you from getting ahead. You can't just say, thankfully they didn't kill anybody, bro.
No.
Come on.
It's not what I would want, but I'm assessing it. You know, I'm Monday morning quarterbacking here.
Yeah.
Literally, it's Monday morning.
And you're quarterbacking.
It's not the board. It's Monday afternoon, 3 days after the fact. And I'm giving you my assessment of it. Maybe it's not my place to get into, to try to psychoanalyze Guido and what he thinks and why he got mad and whatever. I was just talking about the fact that I didn't even know he was at the secret show. I was just talking about the fact that he does well in front of Italian audiences where I don't, because I talk about Mussolini and they get upset. Except
that should make you do better.
No. I mean, it does well with certain pockets of the audience, but like the old ladies that often populate those rooms are a little mortified. That's all.
What the fuck do you think? Hey, Mussolini, whatever applause.
Wait, how do you bring him up?
I'm exaggerating. I've never I've still yet to bring him into a show at an Italian special event in particular. I think I might have talked about him at an open mic as a joke, but I've never invoked him at an Italian show. But I have written bits that I cannot recall for you now. Love letters that I can't recall for you now to see if I could maybe try to integrate them into something funny. At an Italian show, but I haven't done them
for 8 years. By the way, Mussolini's pretty hot.
Yeah, he's romantic. He's like, you're the Musso to my Lini.
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean?
I mean, to be fair, when ChatGPT put out those advanced updates where you could like just take any image and ask it to render it differently, right?
It doesn't work that well though.
I got pretty good at prompting it, and I got good at tricking it. I literally turned my girlfriend and I into political propaganda from 1930s.
Okay,
Italian.
I'm not going to show you what it did to a photo of you. Dude, it made you look so retarded.
Sometimes the nose.
I couldn't use
it turned you North African.
I couldn't use the poster because of you. Wow. I was trying to make a poster, and every time it would prompt you,
can we see it?
I would be like, and the other one, I cut you off, and then I felt bad. But it was literally, I'm gonna see if I saved it.
Go to ChatGPT and then go to your logs on the left hand side.
Make me gay.
No, because I've prompted a lot since then.
Make me cool.
My buddy put a good one together. He took a picture of himself and said, "Make me Turkish," or put me in a Turkish village in 1900. And they just gave him one of those stupid little Ottoman hats with a little mustache.
That's
funny.
It was funny with like people shitting on the floor outside on sand. But no, like, so I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's good that Guido did that, but you know,
it's definitely not good.
A little selfishly, like it's entertaining for me, and I don't care because it's not my show and I wasn't there. Yeah, like, I want the show to do well, but I'm just assessing. I'm calling it, you know, based on. Calling it how I see it.
I calls them how's I see them.
No, but like I'm assessing the situation after the fact based on the information you're providing to me. My conclusion is, well, of course it happened, and of course it regularly happens because these are the people that you bring around, and
he's not wrong.
And you know, I fucking forget the word in English. Tu côtoies des relations avec ces gens-là.
You reap what you sow.
Can we give Guido like money so he can like calm down? Is that possible?
You have a lot of extra income on you?
If I had extra income, I'd give it all to Guido. Like I'm a superstar.
Well, you'd buy a bidet.
I'd buy a bidet
for your girlfriend's place first, and then you would spend it all on
Is that
Guido.
Been his dream? He just wants to add a bidet?
Right now, George's main financial, plan, I guess, for the future, the thing he's investing in.
Yeah, long-term goals.
That's a Poseidon move.
His piggy bank right now is being stocked up so that he could get a bidet at his girlfriend's house. The whole time he's been with her, the few months he's been with her, has been a trial run. And he's decided that she should be kept around for the long run, and he wants to put a bidet in to make the relationship.
He just wants to wash his ass.
Serious and official. He has one at his house.
Look, let's be honest. You're dating a guy. What's the worst thing? He's like, I want to have a clean asshole. That's not the worst thing a guy could do.
Sure. Yeah,
it's like,
or it's the worst thing you could do if you don't want to eat a guy's ass, and you're like, fuck, I hope he never asks. And then
are you preparing your ass because you want her to eat it, or you just want to be clean in general?
Clean.
There we go. That he's got good intentions. He's a holy man from the Holy Land.
You felt
he's a holy man from the Holy Land cleaning his holy.
He literally looks like Jesus. He looks like he's running a Jesus rock band right now, where he's the front man and he's Jesus.
I'm Jesus.
Literally.
It's George and the Water Walkers. We're here to splash that ass.
Hey, cool kid. Let's all worship Christ together. Yeah. Hey,
that's his hit song for the bidet. It's called Splash That Ass.
You know when Jesus would wash people's feet? Well, I do that, but I wash people's asses.
Yeah, that's you. You wash people's assholes. You're like, bring me the meat so I can wash their meat.
Yeah. You look like Jesus if instead of washing people's feet, he washed their ass.
As my 12 disciples, I wash their asses or anuses. One of you will betray me. I think it's you, you fucking...
It's you with that disgusting asshole.
Jesus is like, all right, one of you's going to betray me. He goes cartel style, bend over. I'm going to anal probe you all. I want to see who's...
No, the worst asshole is going to betray me.
Peekaboo.
Who's harboring secrets.
One of you is going to bidet me.
So stupid.
I got to look up the anus of each one of my disciples. Which one got the Roman gold coins up their anuses? Which one took the bribe up their assholes?
Which one of you Jews?
Which gaping asshole took the bribe?
Which one of you Jews got fucking shekels up there?
And then it's hard because they all do, and you're like, God damn it.
By the way, if I was Jesus, all my disciples would betray me, man. All they would have gold coins up their assholes.
Yeah, because you're Arab. They would all be, they would all be like, this guy's literally a Philistine.
Yeah, a bunch of Jews, they're gonna betray you.
But basically, like you felt my wrath at third floor. You felt it.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
No, my wrath.
Wait, I want to know more about this bidet situation.
What are you talking about?
So this is just to be clean.
This literally is because I'm saying like I took a shit at third floor.
Oh, you mean before I went on stage? Yeah. I was going bullet at the show the other day.
Wait, the whole room stank?
No.
What happened was I got to the club, show's starting. I'm going up first, and I got a shit.
It happens.
I go to the bathroom and it's locked. Go downstairs to the bar. Someone's in there.
Yeah, it was a crackhead screaming.
I literally, I opened the door.
He said, I go downstairs to the bar, all I hear is, oh!
Dude, I sounded like a crackhead.
All you hear is, oh.
Dude, I literally sounded like a crackhead. I went downstairs to London, to the pub downstairs at third floor, went into the bathroom. Someone's in there, and I just couldn't. I was so distressed. I literally let out a fuck, which is, something crazy.
Did you try the girls' bathroom next door?
No, I'm
surprised you weren't that desperate.
I
was holding out. I was holding out hope. I was holding out hope because I also wanted to be in the room at third floor so I could hear where the show was at, so I knew how fast I had to shit. So I don't know who's in there. I've said hi to all the comics. At one point,
except for one.
At one point, I go over to Borge and I go, "Bro, fuck, who the hell's in the bathroom? This guy's been in there 10 fucking minutes. I'm going up in 2." He's like, "You seen George?" I go, "Oh no." I approach the door. And I smelled shawarma coming out of the fucking bathroom. I was like, it is George. And I'm texting him now. But now I have, I have an advantage. Normally, if a stranger's in the bathroom, all you could do is go over and fuck with the door handle to let him know every couple minutes I'm checking in and I'm distressed. But in this case, I got a direct line right to the source.
Hold on a second. So pause before you continue. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. We got to touch on that. What's the decorum in this? You got to take a shit. It's locked. There's a stranger. Is that your strategy? You just keep gently... Yeah. You make it seem like you're gonna break in. You ever knock on the door? You ever yell? Like what are the levels?
I don't knock. I just go and try the door handle a number of times because I know that the guy in there is gonna hear it. And if
it's open?
Well, if it's open, great, you walk right in. But
while the guy's taking a shit.
Well, no.
That's what happened to Josh on Friday.
Shit on his dick.
Josh barged in on Friday night at one of the girls taking a shit. And then he was mortified. He wanted to hide so she doesn't see him.
One of the girls that was watching the show?
A crowd member. He was looking at a crowd member taking a shit.
Well, how did he know she was taking a shit? Women have to sit down to pee.
Well, I'm just saying. The news relayed to me. I don't know about if it was the smell, if he saw her taking it. I don't know. I'm just telling you what happened.
It could have been the remnants from George. Actually, no, the George shit was the following day.
So he walked in on that, and then I don't think she's ever coming back. Because that's the last thing you want at a comedy show.
Thank God it was Josh and not like Guido.
They made me laugh.
You imagine Guido's crackhead friend walked in on the girl taking a shit. She didn't lock the door correctly, and that guy just walks in. I mean, forget about fucking coming back to third floor. That woman's never going back outside.
Yeah. I laughed at rape jokes, and then they were watching me take a shit. It's very weird.
Yeah. So I couldn't break in. Doors, very firmly locked, and I kept going by to check it. And that is what I'll do because I'm thinking if I do it over the course of 10 minutes, the person in there will probably assume. Multiple people have come at this point.
Yeah. It's a good strategy.
So anyway, I realized it's George, and I text him. I go, "Please get out, please. I'm going bullet."
I didn't see that, but then I
think I told you I'm dilated.
No,
please.
No, I think I heard a whimper. I heard you whimper, go like George, and I knew like, oh fuck, I gotta hurry up.
So then George
funny.
tried to hurry up, and he sprayed an obscene amount of Febreze in there, which isn't good. It's actually worse because
now it's mixing. You have shit and Febreze,
2 toxic chemicals. Yeah. And I literally said, I feel like this is probably what it was like to get like napalmed in Vietnam. Because like you got the toxic chemicals and then you're next to your buddy who hasn't washed his ass in 3 weeks.
I thought you were supposed to do that. I thought you were supposed to do that.
I literally went on stage and said that.
He must have reaked. It must have been on his clothes. He had George shit and Febreze on his.
It came apparently like because I sprayed it. I sprayed the entire fucking room after I shit, but that didn't do anything because the smell seeped through the door.
And Andrew Corey was on the show, who's everyone's favorite. In our little network, he's our favorite flamer. I mean, it's kind of like his whole. It's part of his.
I don't know. There's other gays I like too.
Well, I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to. I don't want to pick favorites. Sure,
you just did.
Well, sure.
You're all
I
going to
guess I
hell
did.
or
I mean,
what?
it was a figure of speech. It's part because it's part of his act. He's very like flamboyant and he talks about it.
He's just like,
so it's hard to avoid. And so I'm kind of fidgeting, ready to go into the bathroom here at any moment. I'm just waiting for George to get out so I can barge in. He's like, "Are you gonna be okay?" And I was like, Yeah, buddy. I'm ready to go. I'm not gonna be long. He's like, "I can go first if you want." I was like, "Nah, buddy. I'm dilated." I'm talking to him like he's fucking just like some fucking hoser in Ontario.
Wait,
I'm fucking dilated.
Wait,
right
but why
now.
did he want to go first if you told me about to shit your pants?
No. He was gonna do me a solid and say, "If you want, I'll go first, so that you don't have to go up right now. You can
That's
take
a
your
gay
shit."
trick. That's a gay trick so you could shit your pants. Don't fall for that. Go in and take your shit.
Wait, you think?
Wait,
what? Wait, what?
I think he was playing a prank on you, and you thought it was a good thing, but it's a terrible thing.
Why would he want me to take a shit?
On yourself?
Why would he want that?
Because it's hilarious.
Why is it a gay trick?
No, because he's gay.
Oh, it's a trick played by a gay man. It's
Yeah.
not a gay
That's
trick.
what-
That's actually honestly, that's a pretty for the boys.
Yeah.
That's a pretty for the boys prank. Just let a boy shit himself.
There you go. Yeah.
It's actually
You don't have to assume that everything's homophobic.
Well, I know, but you said I'm not assuming anything wrong
Stop
about
being
what
gay.
you said.
Stop being gay and just continue.
Well, you said it's a gay trick, and I was trying to gauge where your mind was
Because a
at.
gay guy was playing a trick on you.
Right. Okay.
It's like when when a black man plays a trick or when a Jewish man plays a trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the trick itself. It's just like it's the prefix to the trick.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like I shouldn't have told him that. I told
Crime.
him I'm
A Chinese man does a trick on you.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like I shouldn't have told him I'm dilated. I think I might have kind of put too much of a
Image.
an image of my asshole just gaping in his
Like
head.
a little turtle.
And I did think about it. I was like,
head.
yeah, well,
You're a turtle heading right there, big guy. Little tiny turtle.
you're gonna do.
Tortellini. You're a little turtle there, big guy.
Salute.
But I do feel bad and ashamed because when I opened the door, people were like upset at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys, I let you down.
When,
I did feel bad about that, but that's why. But see, the thing is, it's like when I shit, it's a whole ordeal. It's a whole process, and like my girlfriend feeds me like natural.
He's been living off craft dinner and cardboard for 3 years. Like, how well?
Yeah.
And hooker oranges.
Diet Coke.
How well do you think his stomach's gonna be handling
I'm
shit?
eating craft dinner and hooker oranges.
it's always fun whenever you go
Coke
to
Zero and hooker.
whenever I go to third floor and George has been there. It's always fun. You could tell because there's just Diet Cokes empty, just kind of just strewn about the club.
I get my groceries from escorts.
Literally like dead bodies. It's literally like you're walking in Rome and there's just like burnt crosses and you're like, oh fuck, this is dangerous.
Dude, his groceries, half his groceries
folks.
are discarded fruits from escorts.
Yeah,
Really?
My grocery shopping list is a Sour Patch Kids and a hooker fruit.
Yeah, hooker fruit.
Fruit by the fruit roll-ups, man.
Yeah.
You remember that story when he was getting the oranges? It was an amazing story.
I do. Yeah.
I think
It's such a cute story too. Like
It's very wholesome.
Like people's escort stories.
It's not what I would have thought. I've never been with a hooker. It's not what I would think.
See,
It happens when you go see a hooker. I wouldn't have thought she
it's-
gives you
it's
fruit.
not all, only the good ones.
Like as a layman, I would never have thought that's how it goes.
I don't
The
think
good
I
ones
have-
are handing out oranges, apparently.
I don't think I have like any like aggressive like hooker stories or something like that. People have these crazy like she ripped me off.
Poseidon has a lot of those.
She did X, Y, and Z on my penis. I'm like, she gave me an orange. It's good.
It's good. It's also funny. Poseidon's hooker stories were also funny too, but more mortified funny.
Yeah.
And him, it's more wholesome funny. That's true. But there are some good hooker stories.
My friend from Cornwall told me probably the most insane hooker story I've ever heard. It's shout out fucking, oh my god, it's fucking crazy. Basically, him and his friend, I think, went to a strip club, brought a stripper back to the motel, had sex with her, and but as he was penetrating her, his penis felt weird, like something was off, like it was dry. She was like, okay, hold on, I'll be right back. She goes to the washroom, comes back, now her pussy's soft, and he's like, what did you do? I peeled the scabs off of my pussy.
Oh.
Why'd you have to tell me that, bro? I literally almost fucking projectile vomited. That's insane, bro.
Well, that woman means business.
Oh, that's awful, dude.
No, you hear awful. No, stop.
That is disgusting.
Grow
You
up.
don't think that's disgusting?
Grow up.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck you,
hey,
bro. That's disgusting, bro.
That is a professional right there.
That is a professional.
That is a consummate
Pantelis.
professional. I don't. Come on.
Have a banana.
Yeah. She's like, in exchange,
Have an orange.
here's a kiwi.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the.
All right,
I had to
boys.
I had to change the tires before we got started.
All right, boys.
It was a
listen.
little rough going out of the gate, but
Basically, I want the bidet
Yeah.
to protect myself, to protect her from myself, pretty much.
Right. It's like a doctor. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Yeah, but she wants one too. Like it's in the back of her head. Like I want to do, but like yeah, like listen, we're all Mediterranean men. We all have Mediterranean assholes. All right, we all know what's up. All right, yeah. The bidet was invented. It's the most halal product on this planet.
Well, right? I'm not halal. I'm not Muslim, but neither are you.
You did no.
Nobody here is Muslim.
Yeah,
Viva. Thank God.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like the whole like it's so like in the language too.
Yeah.
It's also fun to be like Allahu Akbar once in a while.
It is. It's fun.
It's very fun to let one out.
You say it in the right synagogue, people panic. It's fun.
I didn't know that they say
it's a prank, bro. It's a prank.
It's just a prank.
Fuck.
Whoa! Don't get your tiny hat in disorder. It's a prank.
You know they say colloquially, like in prayer. That's how they pray. I had no clue. No clue.
What do they say? It's a prank?
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, of course.
Quietly.
It means God is great.
I had no clue. I thought it was just the big one. I thought it was the thing that
just kill everyone.
I thought it meant this is the end.
I think I told you guys.
And you're in there, you're like, holy fuck, the Poulet Rouge is about to get fucking torched.
Fuck.
No, I mean if I was like 13 and I saw a guy like praying in Poulet Rouge saying Allah Akbar, just bending down to his knees, I would have thought he's getting ready for something crazy.
Just a disgruntled client.
Poulet Rouge.
Someone fucked up his chicken order. This is not going to go well.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to say that in a way of like saying, instead of like saying like God damn it, like when he was like frustrated with something, he would just go like Allahu Akbar, like just like that when he was frustrated.
Because for your Christian
God is great.
For your Christian grandfather, that was a pejorative. I'm saying a Muslim.
Yeah.
A Muslim thing.
Oh fuck, you nailed it. Yeah, that probably is it.
Did I tell you? I tell you, like my grandparents, like they were originally like from like.
Wait, how old were they? Aren't your parents 70 now?
Yeah, your parents are old.
Parents or grandparents?
Parents.
My dad is like in his mid-70s, I think.
Wow.
So how old are your grandparents?
And you're my age. You're a young man.
They passed away.
No, I know, but I'm saying like how old what was the age difference between your grandparents and your parents?
Oh fuck, 20 years.
So yeah, they would have been in their 90s now.
Yeah,
I would have thought they would have been older, to be honest. Just the fact that your parents were like 50 years older than you and had you very, very old.
You're a lucky baby. Yeah. I have a friend I told you who they had him old.
Yeah,
his parents were very, very old, and he's a bit fucked up.
How old were they?
As opposed to George.
Yeah, I think they had him when they were like the mom must have been
50.
over 50. Yeah,
as opposed to George, who yesterday got into a fight at an Italian cafe because he told a Jewish rapper.
Oh shit, that was crazy.
Whose mom died.
Oh yeah,
it's funny. Having dead parents is funny. George, completely normal, functioning member of society. George is silly. Whose main objective over the next couple of weeks is going to be to install a bidet in his girlfriend's place.
Jewish rapper.
Yeah, maybe I was trying to tell you that, but yeah, the guy
George made me laugh.
I said he looks like a Jewish rapper.
Okay, I thought he was like fucking Shlomo squared, like
a famous like what is his name, like Nenis Matisyahu, that the reggae guy. I forgot. I always fuck his name up, but the point is like the altercation because he was like.
Well, just remember, George. Nobody listening knows what you're talking about.
I have no idea about Jewish rap.
Okay, but
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even care to learn.
But Pantelis has heard the story.
Beastie Boys aside, but basically, I told you like Sonia was doing her thing on stage. Basically, like all comics, so within context. I pointed to a guy coming into the cafe.
You're at an open mic, basically, and then some random civilian walks in with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's the setting.
And I thought like, because he knew the host that he was cool for retard shit. Because obviously the show's retarded. Yeah. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a fun. I love retard.
I love retard shit. That's
it's the funnest. It's the funnest shit ever. But he walked in. Sonia does her thing. I'm on stage now. And now I'm like trying to like talk to him, talk about like Sonia, like, oh, crazy Sonia. If you thought the Indian was bad, great for the whatever, fuck. Yeah. If you thought the Indian was bad for anti-Semitic, great for the Arab, woohoo, or whatever, like cute little jokes. And then as I started to do like material, like this, practice on shit, work on jokes, whatever. He starts to like heckle under his breath because he's like next to me with like sitting with his girl like next to me.
There's no one here. It's just him and comics, right?
Yeah, him.
So
comics,
this is important context. You can hear everything this guy's saying.
Right, but I mean, again, I'm going back to my initial point of decorum.
Yeah,
he needs to shut the fuck up.
Sure, but so George is hearing everything is the point.
Yeah. And then I hear that. Oh, by the way, I'm sitting next to the host / producer. By the way, his mom passed away. Don't mention it, but because like under his breath, he's like heckling talking like shit. Every comment. He said, I tried to go into like my dad thing. Like, I haven't seen my dad in 26 years. He said, no wonder his girlfriend laughs. But he's like, if I liked him and we established, if I like off the top, like been like, yo, what's up? Cool, man. What's up?
You wouldn't have attacked him.
I'd be like, that's funny. Yeah, you're right. My dad, because of this, because I'm, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And but because because his intent was to be an asshole dick. It wasn't so much what he said.
Georgie boy saw red.
Oh yeah,
and he went for the jugular.
And I couldn't help myself because then I took a 10-second silence. Round of applause if your mother is still alive right now.
His girlfriend just started clapping, just her. She's like,
I swear to God, dude. And then he said his mom died, and I said, good. Then he got into my face. But even so it's an Arab. It's an Arab comedian and a Jewish rapper. The only real losers in this fight are our parents, basically. Those are the only real losers. Is our fucking parents.
I was joking with George in the car. He said that. I was like, it would be funny if his Jewish mom was literally like offered life-saving medicine. And they're like, we could resuscitate you and like put you on a nice, medication regimen that'll keep you pretty cogent and sharp, keep you around for another 5 to 10 years maybe. She's like, you know what? I've seen enough of this circus, actually. Just let me.
Yeah, that's why my dad's been in Lebanon for like 26 fucking years.
Like, I'm not coming back.
Oh, man.
I want to see my son be a Jewish rapper. I'm just going to go out.
I wish he didn't say. He did that in the car. Now it's like I'm doing bits on the podcast right now. It's like a pre-planned joke.
No, but it's a funny story.
I feel like an asshole right
Dude, it's a funny story.
It's funny.
It is a good story.
But thank God you got to it yourself, because I was coming very close, George, to saying, hey, George, tell him what you said in the car, George. Tell him what you said about the parents, George.
I would have flipped this table.
That's half a table. That's even worse.
George, tell him that one you said to me in the car there.
Oh, man.
Go, George.
How funny was that in the car, G?
Parental issues are brought to you by
No, put that down. We're not giving them free advertising.
Right. Censor it. Bleep this out. Bleep this out. Bleep this out.
Every time George comes on the pod, he just pulls random products that are on the table.
He pretends he's sponsored by them.
He says, I need money. Fuck, I need money. Give me
That's not how it works, though.
It's like how Guido does sponsorship. People send products, and Guido just thinks, yeah, great business deal. I'll talk all about you.
I'm going to sell these products.
They send coffee to the place.
This crack is brought to you by this delicious crack. But anyways, the escalates. He walks out during my set. I tell a glory hole story. Jennifer and her Jewish rabbi
dropping names,
talks.
Open bikers that
I have no idea what's going on.
Gives a shit, man. But basically like they de-escalate the situation. After my set, I leave with Sonia to third floor. I tell the story on third floor last night. It's so in the moment and shit. It was very funny. It did good. It was very funny. I'm getting better at telling stories that literally fucking happened, because it's so I could feel, even though like the laughs per minute weren't there, I could feel like people were like tuned in, like this is really interesting. Not so I had the room's attention pretty much. Make
some noise if your mom is alive is the perfect thing to say when the host says don't talk about this guy's dead mom.
I felt like the dentist in Django Unchained before he shoots Candy DiCaprio. Like I couldn't help myself. That's what it felt like. I couldn't help myself. He was being a dick, and I'm like,
hell yeah, dude.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
You're just a rock star with a dirty asshole.
I couldn't let it go. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm a literal asshole. That's why I need to be Data Y.
But you're not. I mean, if you're retaliating, you're not the asshole. Oh, he's getting angry thinking about it. Look at that fucking face.
No, because I'm an asshole. No. I disagree with you. I think I fucked up that situation. I should have,
You should just let it go?
I should have addressed what I said to be like, I don't know.
George, you did the correct thing. When there's no one there and you're like, what the fuck even is this? You got to just say, all right, who cares? I'm never seeing this guy again. It's barely a show.
I hate it.
I got into a fight. I stopped doing stand-up a few weeks ago. During my set, I got into a fight on the third floor with this random Bulgarian that was there.
What?
A bunch of Bulgarians.
That wasn't a fight. I wasn't a fight. Some Bulgarian guy just said,
What the fuck? What year is it? 1236? What the fuck?
No, it's worse. I was there.
Yeah, he was there.
What happened was, Pantelis is telling a story about yogurt, and then some Bulgarian guy in the crowd goes, You know, yogurt's Bulgarian, and then he set him off.
Did you say your mom said
he short circuited?
I went off because like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they could have just Googled all this stuff, and they didn't want to. They're like, the histories are lying to you. Like all of history conspired to steal yogurt from people that didn't exist in the region when yogurt was made. So it's awful. It's awful.
You know what's funny?
And then he also said it's the oldest country in Europe, which is an insane statement. Like, it's so wrong.
The shittier the country, the crazier and more self-flatulating
the conspiracies,
the claims made by the people in that country about their own people are.
Lunatic shit.
Ask Armenians about Armenia. Cool people, by the way. But if I have to hear them talk about how we're the first Christian country, again,
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill one of them. It's like it's like.
Well, I mean, the Turks tried that.
That's exact.
But like, they weren't the first.
They've been through enough.
I don't care. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
But did it end with like him?
But it's like I don't care. We're the first Christian. The only reason it's cool that they were a Christian majority country at all is because they're in that region surrounded by, crazy like Muslim tribes. Yeah. But they're very proud of the fact that they were first. I don't even know what the history books would probably reveal this.
I don't know. Some people say that the Africans, the Ethiopians have like,
I think it's
because they go, well, this wasn't a country. This was. It's all
something to do
semantics.
with the fact that it was like a state-sponsored religion or something.
Look, bro, I'm gonna say one fucking thing.
But I think Israel was the first Christian country.
It's all Greek. It's all Greek. The Bible, everything. It's all written in Greek. It's all Greek. So go fuck everyone.
You look like such a like. The shades, the fucking.
It's all Greek, bro.
Bro, it's all Greek, bro.
It's all Greek. What am I tell you?
This guy. Look at this. What's a fucking douchebag he looks
It's all Greek.
Yeah, making him wear the sunglasses was a mistake because now when he says that with the Ayek fucking polo, it's the trifecta.
I'm at a cafe right now.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
The cigarette hanging out of your mouth, and they Zeus, the fucking.
Let's go talk about Zeus a bit. We don't talk enough about Zeus.
The black and yellow is very
intimidating.
You know how to dress. That's all I gotta say, man.
Thank you. I got you.
Who adopted Christianity first? Was it the Roman Empire or was it Armenia? Can we? I need to find out. I don't know my phone here.
What was the question?
I want to know who adopted Christianity first. Was it the Roman Empire or was it Armenia?
Well, it must have been the Roman Empire. But
that's what I would think. See, so that's the thing. I have a little bit of it in me too, where I want to be like, see, it was the Italians. They adopted it first.
Armenia.
It was Rome, but I don't know.
Maybe Armenia or Rome. It's a good question, man. Fuck, but
I was at Nusret's restaurant in Greece a couple years ago, which was a major mistake. But all Turkish staff, and at one point they're telling us what baklava is when it's time for dessert, and I go, yeah, no, we know. We live in Montreal, and there's a lot of Greeks and Lebanese people there, so I'm very familiar with baklava.
Okay,
and the guy goes, okay, but baklava is Turkish, and I go, buddy, I don't give a fuck. Bring me the fucking. I said Greece and Lebanon. Turkey's right in the middle, so perfect. Just can we all agree? Like we're all sharing borders here. Can you bring me the fucking? Bring me the nuts and bring me the dessert.
So, as a state religion, Armenia was the first in 301 to adopt it as the state religion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, Armenia. But listen, man, like it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
It's literally all the same shit. We eat baklava. We love Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, Khabib is Armenian.
Like to tan, like to wear crosses, have hair everywhere.
Hair everywhere. I like that.
Hair everywhere. We're all hairy. We all have crosses. We're all the same. Oh, loud fucking psychopaths.
Where does it get weird? It gets weird in Turkey, actually. When they become Turkic, that's when you start to see a little bit of a.
That's for fucking Uglug. Uglug's like a Turkish name.
Uglug.
Uglug, dude.
Some guy with a unibrow and a brow arched downward.
Fucking.
That's where it gets a little weird. Actually, where it gets a little funky is in Bulgaria. Ironically, fittingly enough. Well, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of like Turkic crossover.
There is.
The Bulgars and the Turks are kind of. I think they have a little bit of a genetic affinity.
Yeah, because
that's like, a thing that I know nothing about. That I would just. I look at them and I say, yeah.
They were nomadic originally, but also my Mormon friend who did like missionary work in Bulgaria kept like pronouncing it Bulgaria.
Which is kind of funny.
He kept calling it Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
He said, shut up. You're Bulgarian, you fucking you're Bulgarian, shut up, dude.
That's a good mix of Europeans and Arabs, Bulgaria.
But did the Bulgarians get really mad at you, like shouting at you that they invented yogurt?
Yeah, he got really pissed. And it wasn't just yogurt that he was wrong about. He was also wrong about his country being the oldest in Europe. Like, it was just random shit.
I don't believe it, though. I don't believe it. Because they're nomadic. They fucking arrive.
No, it wasn't yogurt. Sorry. It was feta that really set him off. He's like, fetas. And then I go, you could Google it. And then when he got mad, I told him, the word feta is also Greek. Like, everything you're saying is insane.
Yogurt.
And he got really pissed.
But there's no cheese, so
and then I got mad.
That's just his whole national identity is having Greek people kind of pontificate to him about stuff.
Yeah,
you reenact.
Because I was like, you could just Google it now. Like, we have the internet. I know that the villages there might not have internet, but now he's here. Like, he's got internet.
Yeah, it's all word of mouth.
Yeah, it's all word of mouth.
Bulgarians are
we invented fucking spaceships.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say fucking yeah, yogurt in Greek. It's not yogurt. It's probably like euros. You have no G's in the Greek language. It's all no hard G's.
No.
I mean, euros. Yeah. Yi.
Yeah.
My name is Yi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of you like also George was a very like common name for black.
George is the most common man name in Greece.
No shit.
Yeah,
probably like
George.
third or fifth in Lebanon.
If they continue the way they're going though, in 15 years, it's gonna be Muhammad.
In Greece?
Yeah.
That'll never happen. They will they'll literally start lynching people.
Well, right now it's happening in France.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I think England.
But Greeks are more like I don't know.
Racist?
Yeah, racist. Yeah. But I'm trying to be like more like
Whoa, what the fuck did you say? But no, it's because of mass immigration. You
can't
really change it. Like, here's the thing. No matter what you think your ideologies are or whatever, it's just math. If you're not having any kids and other people are having a shit ton of kids, you don't have to do anything. It just takes a couple of generations and it's done.
You also have like city-states in Greece, like a class system. Like if you're from Athens, you're a bitch. If you're from Sparta, you're like cool.
No, dude, it's not ancient Greece, bro. It's not time machine.
You're a bitch.
All right, I'm making a decision bringing this up here in this room, in this podcast. I'm on your turf. I don't know if this is fair game, but this is just a take of mine that I'm going to fucking, I'll spit it out. I think it's okay if the Greek civilization just capitulates and gets taken over by whatever the fuck comes next.
I'm gonna stab you with my pen.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm gonna stab. Listen to me, you disrespectful prick.
No, I know it's disrespectful.
You're saying this about the people that gave you everything.
See, but that's the thing. It's done. They've done it. It's over. There's nothing more to be contributed.
The light of the world
is kind of, you know, a sign of what's to come. All
you guys were coming out of caves trying to make tortellinis on trees, bro, while we're writing philosophy.
And we appreciate it. We tip our hat to you and we say the Philistines are gone now. You know,
what are you saying?
He doesn't
the Corinthians are gone now.
Exist, the culture.
No, I'm saying just cultures die off. It happened. The Etruscans gone. The Corinthians gone.
How retarded Italians are.
The Samaritans gone.
They have this like encyclopedic knowledge of history, but his pinhead is just so staggering. His pinhead is just staggering.
Such a dummy.
Like, it's crazy. But
I'm saying it's gonna happen.
We need to attack you more, though. He is right on one thing. We have to attack you more. It's fun. I'm not gonna be up here sucking your dick. Yeah, guess what? Trojan horse, motherfucker. Guess what?
Like you literally have myths about it. If you guys are falling victim to, you know, having your own culture eradicated, it's like, hey, buddy, like,
you look like a fucking
read the stories. You know, unite. I don't know. Create a militia. There might be a final. There might be a final stand. You know, the Alamo, whatever.
It's not gonna be Greece. It's gonna be Europe in general. Europe in general is gonna have problems in the next 50 years.
I think like some may hold on. I think Russia's gonna hang on for a while.
Russia has their own problems.
Well, sure. Turkey might hold on for a while because
hold on to what? Turkey's already Muslim.
Just their own identity. That's the point. They're not worried about any kind of invasion or takeover. No, because
it's part of their cultural identity. Us, it's not. Us, it's a whole different thing.
Want to play a game? Greek name or dinosaur name?
Actually, most of they come from Greeks.
Really?
Yeah. Or some are Latin too.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Dinosaurs, dinosaurs.
Stegosaurus spiropoulos.
Bro, that's a good name.
Oh yeah,
Stegosaurus spiropoulos.
The fucking Italian animal, the fake Italian animals. Have you seen that shit?
No.
It's on Instagram.
Giuseppe Macaroni.
Yeah, kind of like tortellini, crocodilo, bombadillo.
Crocodilo bombadillo is a great name, bro.
There was a footballer that used to play for Empoli. He played in England named Massimo Macarone.
That's such a good name.
They called him Big Mac.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
He was bald and he was a little chubby. And this one time he drank someone's beer after he scored a goal in England.
Big Mac.
Big Mac. Big Mac.
Fuck.
And Big Mac.
No, Italians can't pronounce the A when it's an English A. It's very weird.
How do you like your president or your prime minister? What's her name? Mussolini Tortellini, the chick. What's her name? Maloney.
Good woman.
Yeah, people are liking her, right?
Good woman.
Didn't you guys hate her when she got elected? You called her an extremist, and turns out she's just logical.
Oh, who's we? I don't know. Good woman. Good woman. That.
Yeah,
lady.
You like her?
You know.
Is she doing good things?
I think so. A lot.
Can you name an example? I'm just curious. I'm curious about your people.
I think there's been she claims there's been a significant economic upturn and investment in tech and industry has grown substantially.
What's Italian tech right now centered around, like macaroni makers?
I don't know.
Pizza ovens are exporting wildly.
You want me to go along with the bit, or do you want me to tell you?
Tell me, what's she doing?
This is fun. It's funny. It's like it's all fun and games until it's time to talk about the Italian economy. It's like no.
I'm curious.
No, we're not fucking around now. Oh, well, I mean, Milan is a pretty important economic center in Europe.
Of course.
The rest of Italy's still.
What is George doing?
A little fucked up.
I'm looking for.
It's not well distributed, to be totally honest with you. But I think the economic upturn that has been seen in the country over the past couple of years is largely due to like foreign investment. I think in Milan.
Okay, I found it.
I think so. I think that's kind of the biggest thing. But otherwise, like that's the most.
Is she deporting people?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But there is. Look, I think in terms of like actual nominal things that you could point to and say these are like, you know, objective reasons that you could say we've improved as a country. I think that's kind of the big one is economic, you know, wellness overall. But I think that's not it's definitely not universal. There are a lot of people who still have not really been that what's the fucking word I'm looking for? They're not better off for her leadership.
Okay.
Just because a lot of Italy truly is. I mean, it really is kind
rural?
of. A lot of the South is. A lot of the South is rural, and as a result, there really isn't a lot of, you know, just development. You would have to completely almost reshape the urban layout of cities down there. You have towns that are like all in hills and there's not a ton of economic activity over there, but people can often, you know, go to a little city and maybe work in a bank or something. But, you know, maybe a factory, if you're lucky enough to have one around that you could work in if you're, you know, not educated. But generally, a lot of people do have to leave and there's a lot of brain drain down south.
Oh, no.
So that's kind of this weird, like, issue that the whole country deals with. But then,
hold on.
I will
say, I'm going to go to the Unabomber here. He seems to get something to say. What's up?
I found the Italian brain rot.
Oh, God.
It's just like names of like mythical creatures.
Wait, are these real?
No, here, look at this.
Italian brain rot character. Trallallero trallallà, boneca ambalabu. Brr brr patapim, bombombini gusini,
Bombombini gusini.
octopusini, ganganzelli trulala, giraffe mafiossi. Dinosaurus, lirilarilà, scimpanzini bananini, lerulle. Penguinelli cactusini, la vacca Saturno Saturnita, bombardino.
I like Penguinelli Cactusini, bro.
I missed the best one. Bombabini crocodili.
Cactusini, la vacca Saturno Saturnita, bombardiro crocodilo.
Bombardiro Crocodilo, bro.
that was a play on a Bombardier. Bombardino crocodile, just a crocodile. A crocodile-style jet, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of poverty in southern Italy.
Bombardino Crocodilo, bro.
These are all the cabinet ministers of Italy right now. Bombardino Crocodilo.
Have you thought of changing your name for stand-up? Bombardino Crocodilo.
Bombardino Crocodilo.
Anyway, she gets accused of being what's called, you know, a Mussoliniano a little bit because she's...
I feel like half Italians love Mussolini still, and half
there's
don't.
a lot of people still do. A lot of people still do, and they
Why
kind of...
is that?
People hate communism a lot.
Why is
but
that?
he like kinda,
because I don't know why. I think it's because they overlook the fact that he took power, you know, without a vote. That's the two big marks on him are that he wasn't democratically elected. So he was objectively kind of a dictator.
In his defense, Hitler was the popular vote in Europe at the time, and he wasn't any better.
Right. Sure.
I was gonna say, in his defense, Italians are stupid.
And then it was also, you know, then the political alliance with Germany was just destructive.
He had a friend, I think.
People listen.
Yeah.
He. I think people like it. The reason I think people like him is for the same reasons that people like a lot of kind of like new age right wing populists, which is to say they like hearing about
the past.
The past, but also how right now we need to still remember that we are who we are. And it gives people like reason, I think. You know, if there's like a collective identity in a society, I think it definitely just.
So she's running on MIGA, make Italy great again.
Not real.
Mega, make Israel.
She walks into Europe, she's like, MIGA, MIGA, please.
MIGA what?
Mega.
So I just think that she's kind of capitalized on the fact that people have always, you know, liked the idea that Italy is worth kind of protecting and stuff. Because here's the thing, Italy is
he was having so much fun during the podcast, and the second we start talking politics, he gets all serious and hurtful.
Also,
calm down.
All right,
we're wearing sunglasses.
She said the classic. Go fuck yourself, bro. We're not going to solve anything. We have no power.
Well, you asked me a question.
But be happy about answering. You don't got to get upset.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Here. An interesting thing in Italy is the fact
you sit next to a guy who has a dirty asshole, bro. How serious do you want people to take you?
My asshole is clean right now. Thank you very much. I
want to state on the record. I'm going to state on the record that currently George's asshole is clean.
It's clean.
I don't know how long that's going to last, though.
Yeah. I have to take a shit after this podcast.
All right. Well, then.
Anyway, back to on that note. Let's talk about the Italian Republic. George is like, I'm gonna go take a shit. All right, thanks.
Well, Bardino Crocodilo. So Toronto, did you get into any adventures?
Did you get naked?
Honest to God, I mean, nothing too crazy. I was in for like 3 hours. I went to Chipotle and that was it. I did a set and I went to Chipotle. That was it.
I literally one time I came to Montreal for like a day trip or something.
I sat behind Senegalese people on a bus overnight and tried to sleep.
That's fun.
I had an amazing cab ride from in Vancouver to the airport because Uber wasn't coming, so I had to cancel and get a real cab. And it was an Indian guy, and he went off.
On what?
I think he's following me now on the podcast. Yeah,
Khalistan.
No. He went off first of all on there's too many Indians.
Well, that's a thought I have had is if you are in India and you're like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and you go to Canada and you're like, thank God, and then you just look around and you're like, wait, what? No,
I thought I escaped these people.
Yeah.
So he was going. You have to hear this, George. This is for you. This cab driver was for you.
I love cabs.
So he was an amazing guy. He's talking about how they stole the jobs here, and there's too many Indians, and the government's got to start deporting people. And I was like, this is a very interesting take from an Indian. He's like, yeah, but I've been here for a while and I work. I don't like this shit. So he was telling me all this stuff. Then he started going into conspiracies. He started going into aliens run the world and reptiles. And I was like, this is amazing.
You can't. That is fuck.
Then he started going into like Prince Charles, and he started going into Prince Diana still alive. And they called Queen Elizabeth Lizzie because she's a lizard. And like it got amazing.
Right.
Like it got I was like, this is the ride I needed.
Is it me or is it always like the people that are like anti-immigration always have like the most insane fuck? That's why nobody takes them seriously that much.
Not all. It's just the people that are vocal about it always touch on aliens.
But also like Indians are more racist than we'll ever be because they have a literal caste system.
Well, you know what it is also though? Like there are people that are kind of intellectuals about it, but they don't.
The intellectuals.
They don't talk about it.
Well, like Steve Bannon's a bit of an intellectual about it. Like he actually will draw out the economic reasons for which he thinks it's important to enact XY policy.
Of course, but no.
And he talks about his time as a banker in Hong Kong and so on, and he actually lays out like pretty cogent, at least.
Yeah, you can't just open the borders and let he's right. Like the Indian driver was right about that.
Whether he's
what
right
he
or wrong,
wasn't right about was that it's reptiles, the lizards that are.
Well, but that's the thing is whether Steve Bannon's right or wrong, he is at least able to articulate a thought. But then what happens is, I think where Bannon is right is that the masses, the crowd has massive influence, and I think there's a lot of people that he individually would probably want to shoot himself in the head if he had to take a 12-hour flight with and have a whole conversation with. But he understands that guy is valuable, and he's like, well, listen, you're a human being, and I appreciate your vote, and I appreciate that you vote our direction. There are a lot of people that kind of lose their minds along the way, I do think this is actually interesting how it ties into Italy, but also a lot of other countries in Europe now that are kind of going with like right-wing populism, is that there is a lot of just kind of rah, I'm fascist because Mussolini was the best. There's a lot of very, very baseline.
Wasn't he just a fat asshole?
Sure, maybe. but here's the thing. So Italy's unique because Italy's unique because historic. But it is because it's a very small country in Europe, but it's very diverse because you had all these different
flavors of
kind of governments for hundreds of years. You had the Papal States, you had like the Republic of Venice, you had
but not the Visigoths,
Duchy of
just a bunch of depressed people with makeup. Those Goths are there. Like, Mussolini, Tortellini makes you want to slip my wrist.
What's a Visigoth again?
It's just the
Cures. Kind of like Germans. They're kind of like Franco-German.
Right.
Well, anyway, but there were it wasn't one united country until like the 1860s, and so Mussolini was the first guy who said, we're the Roman Empire, bro. Let's kind of reclaim that identity. Now again, it's a little bit fabricated, kind of like Erdogan, right?
Yeah.
Because at that point, a lot of Italians didn't have a lot of unity, but the feeling of unity was cool at the time, and I think a reason why people in America, have a strong sense of identity is because anyone that goes there is trying to integrate into this idea that I'm becoming an American too, which is why even though it's very heterogeneous, they kind of overlap on a lot of like fundamental ideas.
Heteros are genius.
They overlap on a lot of fundamental ideas. But anyway, I think, it's a very powerful thing if you tell people, hey, this is who we are. We're great. You don't even have to say we're great. You just have to say this is who we are. At least then it provides fucking an identity to that group
What
of
if
people.
you're a goofy country?
Well, Hungary,
like Easter
right?
Island or Hungary.
Well, right.
You're all Hungarian.
Doesn't
You're like,
matter.
all right, well, that's
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm Georgian. I'm Christian, but I wear that, I still wear that weird, like, goofy MMA fucking fur hat.
Yeah.
It's a goofy country, but they're proud to be Georgian.
I kind of like the Georgians.
Well, it provides them with, being Georgian provides them with an identity.
But I like the Georgians. They're
they
tough.
feel, it gives them a reason to be. I'm telling you, the Albanians have that. The Albanians have a really strong sense of pride because...
One of the goofiest.
Sure, they're Muslim and they drink.
Yeah.
They have a really weird identity, but the identity is we're Albanian, baby, and they feel better for it. Now, again, you have a lot of weird people that are like, don't talk about my people, bro. They can't take a joke because you have dummies that'll kind of go
Albanians,
go a little too hard, on any point. But it's the same thing with, in my opinion, it's the same thing as like I don't know, just crazy people that kind of buy wholesale, like the new, George Soros sponsored, potentially, probably George Soros sponsored brain rot, like leftism, right?
Yeah.
Like if you buy that shit full on wholesale, and I can't even talk to this person because he's not like, oh my God, you're an idiot.
I got
you could sympathize with those ideas, but you have to be able to articulate them.
Yeah.
So I think there are intellectuals in Italy who kind of like fascism for certain reasons because they say, well, you know what, it provides us with an identity and so on, and it's nice and it's a powerful force to have unity in a country where there's a lot of like otherwise tribalism in different like parts of the country. But there is a lot of like fucking bozos that are like just doing fascist salutes because it feels good and they're with the bros.
Oh.
That's but Meloni does not heed. Well, she kind of heeds to them, but she's not one of them.
Okay,
that's what I like about her, is the fact that she has a very clear kind of idea of what Italian identity is, and it does kind of fawn a bit of those flames. But
it
personally,
could. I mean, stuff overlaps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't help also.
I love water. I'm sure Hitler loved water too. It doesn't mean that we're going to agree on everything.
Yeah, I know. But if you trace the genealogy of her party back, technically it does go back to the fascist one. But there were a lot of fractures and, whatever.
Yeah, but everything. You go back far enough.
Sure. Yeah. But I also don't think like fascism.
Everyone's driving fucking Beamers and Mercedes. If you go back far enough, it was fucking Nazi vehicles. What do you want me to tell you?
But like, Italy's cool because honestly, like even like the communists are cool. I said the same thing twice. I was redundant. Italy's cool.
I don't like that you're saying communists are cool.
No. But they are because like literally the communists in Italy are old guys
George,
who are
take him out.
No. Listen to me. The communists in Italy are old guys who say, "No, but I'm a communist." But come on, that's a hot fucking lady right there.
What's that mean? I'm a communist, but this is a good business.
They voted against her political beliefs because she's so hot.
They're still horny. No, they're still horny.
But she is a hottie. She's not a bad looking woman.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying in general. They'll talk about their worldview and why they think X,
Italians
Y, Z policy should be included into written in the law. But then they'll say, but this woman, I gotta say it, she's hot. They don't buy a lot of the we got to be respectful to women, which is obviously, by the way, it's not a bad thing.
I saw a video of her. It was in Italian. I saw there was one of these politicians was calling her a bitch. And then when she actually won and they're all there and shaking hands, she goes right up to him and she's like, "I'm that bitch." And I was like, "Yo, this chick's awesome."
What's her name again? Mussolini, Tortellini? What the fuck?
Meloni.
Georgia
Meloni.
She's
tiny lady, tiny woman.
Hold on,
tiny.
Short as fuck.
She's a lady.
Grandmother vibe. No, she's like 5 foot tall. It's hilarious seeing her next to like Trump.
How tall are you? You're a small little Italian man.
5'10".
Yeah,
average.
That's small.
That's not, and you're beefing the numbers.
No,
What's
I'm
your
not.
name?
No, I'm not. I gave you the truth. How dare you? I gave you the
Georgia Meloni.
There.
Oh, thank you. Oh, gotcha. All right.
But
why not, man? It's Melanie, fucking 48 years old.
She just I don't know. She
pretty
fucking
sick.
Yeah.
So she's she leads a right wing coalition government right now. But even the left wing people are fun because some are not. But you will have. There's this one figure who's like this old bald like hardcore communist in Italy who literally I think he was the head of the Communist Party for a while.
Well, he was all head.
Yeah. But
that's
I heard him go on a podcast recently talking about fucking this one lady who's a bit of a kook versus this other lady who's a bit of a kook who's more in line with him politically but is ugly as shit. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Well, listen, at least," he goes, "una buona." One is C'est les deux-là sont un peu fous, là, mais celle-là, c'est qu'elle fucking est belle.
Say that in English. It's an English podcast, you fucking retard.
It's hard.
That was insane. He's like, I said it in Italian, so all the non-Italian listeners who are listening to English won't get it. Let me say it in another language that's not English.
There's no translation.
Yes, there is.
So
Okay, there's a lot of people. This one's hot at least.
No,
I get it.
but it's more crude than hot. It's she's nasty.
Okay.
It's kind of
we get it. We get the vibe.
It's a crazy thing to say.
It's a crazy thing to say in Italian on an English podcast.
Italians are cool because they're all rapists.
That's what he's saying.
They're cool.
Saying it's a fun. It's a bit of an enigma.
That's a piece.
That's all poo ba boo.
That's a piece. They're all
I'm going to try to.
But as far as world leaders are,
Italian communists are
she's
cool.
cute, no? Who else do we got?
Because they're like
Mexico's got a.
Oh, I don't like this one. She's disgusting. This and she's psychotic. She's ruining that country.
Italian communists
Croatia
are
used to have a
cool
good one.
because they'll be like.
Well, dude, Ice-T's wife, Coco something.
Yeah.
Some like legit like former porn star or something was photographed on the beach once with like the biggest tits you've ever seen.
All right.
And
what does this have to do with anything?
Somebody circulated like this like false story that was actually the prime minister of Croatia.
Stop.
Because it kind of looks like her with sunglasses on, but nobody had ever seen the lady half naked, right? You only ever see her in a business suit or something.
I
remember Croatia. She was hot.
And during the World Cup in 2018, people were like, "This is Bridget Macron. And this is the Prime Minister of Croatia. Who do you want to win?"
Fuck, man.
And it was just Ice-T's wife. Look up Ice-T's wife.
Oh, bro, that's amazing.
It was insane. Just this lady on the beach. She looks like Amber Rose. It was nuts. Anyway,
We'll check this out later.
Whatever. But
we'll do it now because we're all Italian communists.
No, listen.
We respect women.
The Mexican prime minister, president, or whatever the fuck they have down there, may be a little dicey, but at least, as that guy said, that Italian communist said, at least.
Oh, they do kind of look alike face-wise. I get it.
Yeah.
With the blonde hair, yeah.
Oh, it's up there?
Can we see her on the beach, please? Can you look up Ice-T's wife on the beach?
Hey,
and then type in the Croatian one.
Save it for the Patreon, all right? Hold on.
Ice-T's wife on the beach. Look it up. Oh, what the fuck? Can we look up bikini?
That's lovely. That's very lovely.
Ice-T's wife bikini.
Maybe we shouldn't type in Ice-T's wife for the algorithm. It should be just her name.
No, it's Ice-T, the letter T, not Ice-T spelt like English breakfast tea.
Let's call her up right now. Let's call her up right now on Yahoo. You're using Yahoo?
What the fuck?
Why are you using Yahoo? Why not Google? Maybe that's your first problem. You're using Yahoo.
No, why it's not turning anything up. Anyway, whatever.
Poseidon leaves.
I hope that it was all a misdirect, and really, it was the Croatian one, but in order to...
See, there you go. Google.
Google knows what's up.
Yahoo
so this is Ice-T's wife, and people are posting pictures of this woman saying that's the prime minister of Croatia.
That's not even a bathing suit. That's literally, she's just wearing dental floss.
Now look up Ice-T's wife, prime minister of Croatia, and look at the back-to-back photos of the two of them.
Enhance, zoom in,
headlines.
Enhance.
Just look up Croatia.
It's like a conspiracy theory right now.
Ice-T wife Croatia.
Go in. Deeper.
So look at the first result. That picture there was circulating all over the internet.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
see this lady on the right? There she is at the beach. That's the prime minister of Croatia, and I believed it for like a week.
Yeah, because they look alike, and you don't know what it is. Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway,
wait. So the left one is not her?
No,
but it doesn't look like the one before.
The lady on the left is Ice-T's wife, Coco Austin. Mm-hmm. The lady on the right is the prime minister of Croatia.
Yeah, she had the tan. The other photo.
But I love how we just assume like.
It could be.
We just assume that Europeans are so crazy and horny that there could be a head of state
that's half naked. That's just hugging Ice-T. She's just a fucking old school rap fan.
It's just love.
Croatians love Ice-T.
Do they really?
Look, she's giving him the Heimlich.
Do Croatians love Ice-T?
Ice-T was choking on a Croatian beach, and he was saved by the prime minister's tits.
There are some like mashups with like Tupac and like Serbian like fucking war music from the 90s. It sounded very good. This is Tupac is alive in Serbia right now, and then somebody else made like a Biggie Smalls is Albanian.
It's actually the anniversary today of the bombings in Serbia by the U.S. and NATO. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
Another thing I like about Maloney, a little bit skeptical on NATO in Europe.
I don't like NATO.
A little skeptical on them. She's very anti-Ukraine war right now, and she doesn't think that we should be sending people over. I don't know. There's been a little bit of this has been actually very divisive in Italy, but people are kind of it's probably the most divisive Italy. It's the most divisive issue in Italy right now, actually.
Since they heard of pineapple pizza, this has been the next big thing that
should we or should we
country.
not fund the war in Ukraine? She's not. I don't think we should not a big fan. She's a big Eurosceptic. Thing is, I kind of like the European Union as an idea, as a selfish person who wants to maybe kind of float around in different countries in Europe. And I do think that they're small enough that if they actually combine, it does make sense to have them as some kind of economic, you can
have an economic union. The problem now isn't the economic. The problem is that the political policies that are adopted in Brussels that then are dictated to the other countries that never voted for it.
Feels like it's kind of been infiltrated a little bit.
It's very communist. I don't like that shit.
They're going against a lot of their own interests.
Yeah.
And again, because Europe is very old. And
people don't know, though. You talk to people here, they don't understand what the hell you're talking about. When I try to explain to them the European Union, it's kind of like Brussels basically Brussels just because the head, but in general, Germany, took over all of Europe politically, and they dictate to every other country what they're going to do and what laws they're going to change, even though in that country it goes against everything they believe in or they voted. So you have no votes. The democracy's fake because it doesn't matter who you elect. They're going to listen to what the European Union dictates to them, which could be against your best interests. It's lunacy. That's why so many countries want to bounce.
Right.
The Fourth Reich.
Yeah, it's nuts. They did it, but they did it instead of doing it with war. They did it politically.
Sun Tzu, baby.
Yeah,
the
smart.
best battles were fought without waging a fucking war.
Yeah, no sword, and everyone capitulated.
Yeah, it's funny. One of my early friends online was a 14-year-old Serbian child back in like 2009.
Like a child soldier?
No, but he said his dad and uncle were like
fighting the Albanians
against NATO.
Yeah,
but he's Kosovo. He told
me that like he remembers like his uncle like manning like an anti-air gun, just trying to shoot down fucking planes.
But it is wild that the United States and NATO just decided, so this part of your country is not going to be your country anymore. We'll come bomb the shit out of you, and we're gonna if you did that to any other place, if I don't know, California hates the rest of America, if fucking Canada started bombing California and bombing the states and said California's gonna separate, I think we'd be against it,
brother. It's what they do.
It's insane.
It's what they do.
All I know is there's some Canadian JTF-2 snipers trying to shoot down Serbians with their RPG teams. It's pretty sick. It's
wild.
You know what it comes down to, though, man? Like, I just think you're kind of responsible for your own destiny to an extent. But also, that's it. Like sometimes you get taken over. You're weak. You're vulnerable. You got to protect yourself so that you're not exposed to, getting repartitioned and
you're from Naples.
People get taken over, man, and there's new borders. You want to fight it? All right, go. Good luck. Have a good time. Try. But
it's tough.
But I don't have to give a shit that you were once a country and you got your land stolen and blah blah blah. It's like, hey, man, that's how it goes.
That's everyone, yeah.
It comes and goes. It ebbs and flows, and that's where you kind of have to take your own country's destiny into its own hands, and that's the reason why I like her.
I'm afraid to ask you what your thoughts are on Native Americans and Palestinians.
Yeah, both at the same time, like one versus the other.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deadliest Warrior on Spike TV. I think the PLO or a Comanche tribe.
I think a Comanche tribe.
The PLO versus,
just, what it is,
they have AKs, man.
Like even the Jews claim
it's not working.
But bro, even 150 years ago, okay, like early Zionist claims to Israel, you could say, well, all right, well, it's not. Sorry, you're not a country right now. The fact that they were given one was a privilege. It was like, all right, we're gonna do this for you because we can, because we, the Brits, have military power over these fucking these desolate tribes people basically, and we're able to do it, so we will. There you go. Go have a good time, and we'll protect you. We'll give you guarantees and such. But until that point, it's not like I'm lobbying for Israel to be created for the Jews. It's like I think it makes sense. I understood their argument.
No, but like nobody knows that fucking history, like how they got the fucking land and shit. They just see like, oh, Arabs are being terrorists, Arabs are killing Jews. They don't know the fucking full story of it. It's fucking
the full story is they're both bad.
Fuck.
And that whole place needs to be nuked. That's the real story. They could stop. But what's fucked up is you can't just say this used to be mine. It should be, because by that logic, then Greece should just go all the way to Afghanistan. Like, I used to be. That's a crazy thing to say. People live there now.
Well, by the way, Greece is entitled to try to take over Afghanistan. Afghanistan's going to defend itself and defend itself well.
With their little lady boys.
Yeah.
Maybe the Greeks are the only people that can take over Afghanistan at this point.
Yeah.
They didn't want us to do it again.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
We're going to go save those 8-year-old boys that are being sex trafficked.
So we can fuck them instead.
So we can bring them to Athens and teach them philosophy.
Yeah, so we can fuck them instead. Those are our boys. I think maybe that's where they got it from, the Greeks. It felt good. They're up in the mountains. They just kept doing it for like 2,000 years. Maybe they got it from you fucking people.
No, I think they got it later. They do a weird thing there.
Boys.
Yeah.
How long have you been? You know what's funny is maybe
they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, a friend of mine was in the army, Canadian Army, deployed. Right. They had like an Afghan National Army base, like somewhere near their compound or near their base. And they were not allowed to go into that base because there were fucking boys in that base, dude.
Yeah, it was happening a lot in Afghanistan.
Even Canadian troops saw that shit go down. That shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, I think Mike too. He went to do a show for the troops, and that's where he found out it was called Man Love Thursdays.
Yeah.
Where at Thursdays they were able to bang their male coworkers, but it's not gay because it's Thursday. Like they had these weird rules that they made. They go, it's not gay, it's Thursday. It's not gay, bro. Like, which is what a crazy mental leap.
They should do that like in bars in the gay village. Man Love Thursdays.
And if everyone's invited,
drinks half off for straight people or shit like Man Love Thursdays. That'd be the sickest shit ever.
Just a bunch of dudes waking up the next day like, oh god, what the fuck did I do?
I do think it's crazy. Like this is one of the craziest like history anecdotes. Is that like at one point there was this like weird Greek, Asian, Indian kingdom.
Oh yeah,
Bactria, ruled by Greeks. What the fuck? That was crazy.
So, dude, history's wild.
That is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Fuck. There was. I think they said they found they found remnants of like white people in like a Chinese desert. There was this Central Asia chilling, then they got wiped out by like Chinese people and Muslims.
Yeah. Then Chinese Muslims became a thing. Well, there
was a whole kingdom of like white people in China in a Chinese desert.
It's a bunch of Greeksters. Yeah. And they grabbed the Indians too. They were just.
It's got to
Greeks are insane.
It's got to be weird being those people, just because you're very clearly you're so not your own thing.
Yeah.
You're just a product of the shit and chaos that happened around you.
Yeah.
Chinese and Arabs mixed, and now we have.
Oh, no one mentioned Arabs.
Turkmenistan.
Oh, but Turkmenistan also is the Mongolians.
Sure. Okay. I don't know.
Mongolia.
Whatever. Yeah, they traveled westward. That's why Turkish people. Turkish people, they may look white or Arab, but they speak this like Asiatic fucking language.
So Turks came from where Mongolia is, like Asia, Beja, and that kind of stuff. And then that's why in Turkey right now, that's why there's a whole jokes online about they don't like getting DNA tests because some people are very hardcore, so they get scared when they find out that it's not what they think.
No, there's just Arab.
1/3 of them are Greeks genetically. It was the Janissary. They converted these kids. 1/3 are going to be the Mongolian, the original ones that came from there. And the other one is the other third is that entire mix of the region. So you'll get what would call Armenian blood, Kurdish, Arabs that were in the region, Syrians, all that stuff. So
But that whole fucking region is just like Brazil. Like everybody's fucking mixed.
It's crazy.
Everybody's mixed with something. I'm probably like I don't know, like fucking half. Like I don't know what the fuck I am. Maybe like half Armenian. I'm probably half like
maybe or maybe not. Maybe not.
Knows? Did I tell you in the podcast that I found out that my uncle told me one of my uncles told me that my grandparents went from like Tripoli, Lebanon to Palestine for work, and they got kicked out when the 1948 war broke out.
I get it.
I was literally like this close to being Palestinian, dude. I was literally this close, and they got kicked out. I don't know. I forgot.
That's another thing people forget is there was a war that Israel just won
against all the Arabs.
It was just a hostile takeover, and Israel was like, "Nope," and we're taking your shit back too.
That is crazy.
And the Arabs are like, "Hey, give it back." It's like, "Well, no, it's ours now. We won it fair and square. We took you over. We bet you over, and
which is crazy that they faced like 6 countries or whatever, and then they ended up winning.
They're not good. Arabs aren't good at fighting. They're not good at fighting.
They're not good at fighting, and also
I could go into.
You had the U.S. do military. That's crazy. To help you.
Not even even like it's like
some people would say that's a problem, but then to that
it is a problem. I don't think the U.S. should be the army wing of Israel.
Well, I think Israel's done a good job of leveraging its position. They've done a really good job of leveraging its position to go about ensuring the longevity of their people.
It's all political,
right? No, but their goal is to continue to exist. Jews are always looking over their shoulders because they've often been persecuted. So we need a state.
Because Epstein was Mossad. He blackmailed all kinds of people.
It appears so. Right? Exactly. So you respect the game.
Israel,
You gotta respect the
Epstein.
game.
This is
You gotta respect it.
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you. Go on.
Yeah, it's just been 6 years of this, like, people just like looking at Israel and stuff. Like, 'cause everything's so politicized now, and I keep seeing memes like, yeah, oh, what's that? There's a forest fire in California. 10 billion to Israel right now.
That's what's happening. Yo, Bordello podcast. I saw the thing that you made. It made me laugh. You all jacked up in that room. The AI
I
image.
just told ChatGPT, these are pictures of me. Put me in a room.
That should be the new. That should be your new logo for the podcast.
Okay, we'll do
Officially.
it. All right, I'll do it.
Looks
That,
cool.
That'll be the new part art.
R.I.P. fucking graphic design.
Links are in the description for Sammy Dammy. Georgia Silly, Lebanese Weight Watchers, still a thing?
Yes, absolutely.
And also this Saturday at the Third Floor Comedy Club, I believe, it's the Bucket Show.
Yes.
Saturday the 12th, is it?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Saturday 12th at 11 p.m. Third Floor Comedy Club.
I'll swing by.
Yeah, you put suggestions. We got these two fucking gabagoonies.
That's fun too, because if you've been to the show before, or if you've been to the club before, and you're worried you're going to see the same guys who might repeat material. Sometimes some people do, right? You don't want to maybe come back for a while. This is different. Still material.
Yeah, we're just doing whatever's in the bucket.
Shit in the bucket, and you riff on
you
it.
put
It's
you
a
put
lot
your
of fun. It's a good
suggestion in the
writing
bucket.
exercise.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. My favorite show to do.
Audience writes suggestions. Comedians read it. It's probably one of the most fun shows you can
So
have.
much fun.
It's really fun. It's really fun. There's like regulars there too. Yeah, L Dub Bucket Show, April 12th.
We got it.
Can I show you guys the trailer? It's a minute long for the show. I wanted to show George before.
Like during the podcast or after?
Can I show it? Can I show it now so people?
I don't know. Is it there? Can we put it up?
I sent it to Mano.
I forgot about we were
I've
talking.
completely forgot about
much.
you.
You have it.
We were
Can't bring it on? How come?
We were too cool for an
The
hour.
computer doesn't go?
Okay. No. Okay.
So then,
All right. It's all good.
Whatever. Just follow him. He'll put his stupid trailer on, but we'll watch it now.
We forgot completely. We just made fun of him at the beginning.
We literally we derailed him for an hour and a half, made fun of him, and then told him, no, you can't show us what you want to show us when you started the podcast.
Anyway, no. Last time I was on the pod, I said there's a show coming out on like some network or whatever, and it didn't come out, but now it is. So that's it. So
Patreon.com/Pantelis.
Let's go, boys.
bye.